I would say it's just one of the smartest acquisitions Zillow's ever done.
So does this move Zillow more entrenched in and invested in the real estate agent, or does this take them further away?
Here's the deal for people. And a lot of agents see Zillow as the evil empire.
Welcome back to the Reside Platform podcast. Zillow acquires Follow Up Boss. This was just announced, and we're diving in. We're jumping on the podcast right away. I'm with Suneet Agarwal, Preston Guyton. These two guys have been running a team, been part of Follow Up Boss for many, many years. So we're jumping on right now to dive into the implications of this, why it happened, what's going on, what should we do?
I have a question. Was Preston the first real estate professional to ever be on the Follow Up Boss site? Were you?
I think I may have been.
I think Preston was the first real estate professional to be on the Follow Up Boss website. Wow.
So yeah, that means I'm old.
You've been using it way longer than me. Yeah.
I think I started using Follow Up Boss in 2014, maybe. So it's been almost 10 years. It's cool, man. For me, it's exciting. It'd be like one of you guys doing something like this, seeing you guys grow something and being able to, I think that's what we all strive to do eventually, right? You're always, no matter what you do and what you decide to do, you're going to piss off 30 or 40% of the people, no matter which way you go. I think it's exciting for them. I'm excited for Dan and the team that they've built there, and thinking, I texted Dan this morning. I was like, man, I remember yesterday I was in Cure Beach with your team. There was 8 of you. Cure Beach is about an hour from me, and it's in North Carolina. But for me, it's exciting to see. They sent out a press release this morning. They said this team's going to stay the same as part of it. It's going to be a separate, it's going to be part of Zillow, but it's going to run as Follow Up Boss. It's too soon to know, right? Anything we say about what's going to happen, we don't know. I would imagine they continue to do the things they do to keep the people they have. What's your thoughts, Suneet?
I think that it's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
I think that I love seeing good guys win, and everyone at Follow Up Boss has been solid people to the real estate industry, just as, friends and acquaintances. Super solid company culture, which was inspiring to me, honestly, right? You could have a company like that I've learned a lot from watching them and working with them. So shout out to the entire Follow Up Boss crew. Shout out to Zillow too. Zillow's been, trying to figure out. I was at a meeting a couple years ago where one of the developers was real adamant, you always have to use Premier Agent, and we won't have any integrations. And if we do, it'll be swivel chair integration where you have to update both CRMs. That's what they said. And I heard him say that, and I was like, wow, that sounds hard. Then with Zillow getting bigger, I was in the beta for the integration, and it was very interesting. Some of the experiences that I had helping them work on that. However, it made my team's life easier as being a big flex team, right? So I'm all for it. Now it comes second nature, right? And I think
it's when we talk about I saw somebody asked, and of course because I've been around Follow Up Boss, I've got a lot of messages about this. It's probably I would say it's one of the smartest acquisitions Zillow's ever done.
Yeah.
100%.
They buy a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm not one to run around with a Zillow flag. So, for me, it's definitely something that, is for Zillow, it's going to greatly help their business for sure.
I was trying to find a Zillow t-shirt and my Follow Up Boss hat to wear on this podcast, but I couldn't find them. I haven't seen them since I moved. So.
Yeah. Well, as the Reside platform, we made a decision to go with Follow Up Boss with our clients.
Yes.
For our ability, using that technology, you guys are familiar with it. and also being able to build out systems at scale with teams and companies across the nation. So we're invested. We believe in that system because of the way the APIs and the way you can adjust it and adapt it. And Zillow saw that too, because they had Zillow Premier and Zillow Flex. They're like, well, this is a good CRM that we can plug into that a lot of our Flex agents are using to get that transparent updates, the updates they wanted, right? Is that what you're saying, Suneet? Right? The statements and the flow. Where are these leads in the process? So
they want that data. Yeah,
they want that data and the conversion rates, right? Because they're running the business too,
and speed too. Like they've, there's been rumblings of, I think Zillow building an agent CRM for the last year or talking about it. And speed is the most important. Like, hey, why not we just buy something that's already existing?
Yeah, totally.
Massive user base. Gets us, even as big as Zillow is, to build something like Follow Up Boss would have been a very massive undertaking. So, best way to speed that up is just buy out a great company, and sounds like they have
with hundreds of thousands of agent seats.
Yeah, I think they were a broker.
How many?
Yeah,
I don't know how many. I mean,
I know there's over 100,000 users. Is my understanding. It's, if they were a brokerage, they'd probably be the biggest brokerage, as many agents as they have on Follow Up Boss.
So does this move Zillow more entrenched in and invested in the real estate agent, or does this take them further away?
More entrenched.
I think so too. So a lot of, when they hear Zillow, the real estate agent's like, oh, big bad wolf, right? But at the same time, it's like, wait a second, this is how they make their money. Right, through agencies and teams and companies.
Well, too, and they just
on the ground.
Well, and also, publicly traded company, they got to figure ways to generate more revenue. Follow Up Boss generates a lot of revenue. Think about that, like just the revenue piece that this brings in, and then what do they do? Like a lot of, who knows, like the pricing structure. Then do you get, if you're a part of Zillow, do you pay less, or do you even pay anymore? So it's going to be.
No, I'm sure you still pay.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's, does the pricing structure same, or does it all remain the same? And it is just.
I remember when they bought Showing Time, and like we had to use it for Zillow offers or something, and it wasn't big in Sacramento at the time, but we had to use it. And maybe I get the story mixed up, but I was like, hey, do I get a free account? No.
So, yeah, and then you talk about Showing Time. So is that a new integration into Follow Up Boss now?
Yeah, I sure as hell hope so.
Yeah,
how do we do it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, it's you look at the technology and look at all the different things that they can do with it, and how much faster it can expand. With Automations 2.0, there's a lot of great things that Follow Up Boss was rolling out at FubCon. We were both there. It's going to be interesting to see how much that can accelerate it, because obviously there's a lot more money, a lot more engineers, a lot more people that can accelerate the product. I think it just announced this morning that a lot of people were freaking out, and there's no way around that. I mean, that's always going to be the case, no matter which way you go. If you gave away money, some people would freak out you didn't give away enough money. So just no matter what you do. But for me, and like you, I mean, those are really, really, I feel like they're good friends of mine. And, for me, I'm just excited to see good people win, and those, Dan's one of the most humble people I've ever met. And he's celebrated teams, he celebrated agents for years. It's time to celebrate him,
Hell yeah.
I just know I just need to know. Whatever I see him now, he's taking the tab.
Well, he always did anyways.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. It's exciting.
Here's the deal for people. And a lot of agents see Zillow as the evil empire. And that's okay. You're allowed to have your perceptions. I've been all over the board, but at the end of the day, Zillow has made me a lot of friggin' money. We don't need to say how much. A lot. You know that, right? Like a lot. If you think they're the evil empire, there's nothing I'm going to say that's going to sway what you think. Right? There's nothing that I'm going to say. I don't think that they are. I think that they're a company trying to get paid.
Yeah, I mean,
Right?
yeah, I don't get Zillow leads, and I never have. But we have agents who get Zillow leads, and it's a source of revenue for a lot of people. It's a way for them to get leads and a way for them to close transactions. And if it helps them, then I'm more for it. It's definitely not something I wouldn't make a rash decision. Yeah, there's so much.
Well, here's the thing too. Like, how many CRMs, we were talking about it offline, have sold? Like, they sold Lion Desk. This is the first one that I could remember. I mean, Top Producer got sold to Move years ago. But I think that, right, first CRM I ever had. Commissions Inc. got sold to Fidelity. Real Geeks got sold to Fidelity.
Yeah.
A recent big one was Boomtown, which had raving fans forever. I was never a user. Got sold to Inside Real Estate, KV Core. Right? We were talking about Chime got sold, right?
Yeah, Sierra got sold to ASG. Those are a little bit different. They're tied to IDX, platforms.
There's still a real estate.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but but this one is the biggest standalone CRM that wanted to be, and that's what was amazing about Follow Up Boss. Like, they never wanted to be an IDX provider. They just wanted to be the best real estate CRM, and they became the best real estate CRM. And they'll continue to be
Living in that space as not having IDX. Do you think of anybody?
KV Core?
No, they have IDX.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe not. I don't know. HubSpot. It's not real estate, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, there's not. Suneet's Go High Level coming out in 2 months. Just Google Suneet Go High Level.
2 weeks. JK.
But it's exciting, man. It's like we're telling our teams and our teams in Reside that it's just, it doesn't change anything. It's not like nothing's changing. Let's hope it gets better and gets better a lot faster. Some of the things that we wait on that tend to take a little bit of while. I mean, what's amazing is they bootstrapped this company when they started it. So,
dude from his backpack, hitchhike, or traveling, staying in hostels in Europe.
Yeah,
bro, like crazy.
So bootstrap. If you can't be excited for them, you're just a hater. Like, you just that's it. You're just a hater. I mean, I'm more excited. Part of me is like, oh, this sucks, but it's at the end of the day, I'm a lot more excited for even not just Dan. I mean, the whole team. And there's a lot of great people we built.
Dude, so many.
With
and remember, guys, change is inevitable. It's the only thing you can count on.
Yeah,
change, taxes, and death.
Yep. Yeah, man. Exciting. We don't really have much else to say. I mean, hopefully we get Dan on the podcast soon, and we could talk about it. And
that would be good. I mean, yeah, I think that we nailed it, right? Like, if you're a viewer, listener, and you feel some way about this that's different than us, great. You're definitely allowed, right? Like, does this move make you feel a way about your data? No matter what people are going to say, that's a feeling that I probably can't persuade you otherwise. Nor do I want to.
Yeah.
Right?
At the end of the day, most likely, well, I know, whoever you have in your database are probably in 20 other databases.
Minimum.
Yeah. So it's not, people forget their passwords and register all over the place. I mean,
dude.
I mean, what they say, what the average is when they sign up in your site, they're looking at on 8 or 10 other websites.
Dude, like, here's an example, and I say this all the time. We just moved, so we spent about, well, not we, I didn't have a choice. My wife spent about a year searching on the websites. My name is Suneet Agarwal. I own real estate organizations. I have access to the MLS. I have every IDX website almost that exists. I have all the ones that we just mentioned. I have KV Core. I have Chime. I have Gear. I have Lofo.
Where did she send you links from?
Zillow. And I, right?
Well, the question is, when you look at it, man, really, and to be honest, like as an agent, if you're on your phone, where do you go look for houses yourself?
Zillow. My first year, trained, getting through with my charm and my charm. I would show up.
You were broke.
I was broke. Yeah.
No, if you're getting away with your charm, you're definitely.
Yeah. Well, I actually did pretty good, but
Yeah, I know.
I would get the showing appointment. I'd pull up 1 minute before the appointment and pull up the phone on Zillow and try to remember as much of it as I could.
Yeah.
Right. So people are going to Zillow, folks. If you're providing value first, great. If your business is built on flex leads, great. Right. Just like get to work, feel whatever way. If you're worried about something, I can assure you that I'm not.
Yes, sir. And then I guess we'll figure it out like everybody else. Hard to really give details until we even know. We don't know, but we just
exactly. So shout out to the Follow Boss crew. If you're a viewer, listener, and you have any questions about this, drop us a message. We got information in the show notes. Find us on Instagram. Follow Reside Platform. Share this with a friend because a lot of people have been getting good stuff. So if you've got some value out of this or any of our episodes, share with a friend. I will see you next time on the Reside Platform podcast. Peace.